Please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Tornadoes. This is CTN, a Clearwater digital media production. Today is Thursday, January 18th. My name is Dora Callis.
And my name is Ian Gibson. Today we have your latest school, local, and national news. So stay tuned because CTN starts now.
In your headline news, Hillsborough Fire Rescue crews responded to a fire early this morning in Apollo Beach. A home in the 600 block of Flamingo Drive was fully engulfed in flames when firefighters arrived. According to officials, 2 people were taken to an area hospital with minor smoke inhalation. Officials have not released their conditions. Crews were able to bring the flames under control and the cause of the fire is under investigation.
Attorneys for accused Seminole Heights killer Hal Donaldson III and state prosecutors met with a judge on January 17th regarding search warrants. In December, Donaldson III entered a non-guilty plea to 4 counts of premeditated murder. Police said Donaldson admitted to owning a gun of the same caliber that was loaded with the same kind of bullets, used in all 4 of the murders. Investigators also found bloodstains on some of the clothes in his car. They also said cell phone location records put him at or near the scene of at least 3 of the 4 murders. It remains unclear whether prosecutors will seek the death penalty in this case. Now to Kyle with your sports news.
I'm Kyle Courtney with your sports news. Tonight, the Lady Tornado basketball teams will host the Boca Ciega Pirates. The JV game begins at 6:15 and the varsity game will follow. Admission is $4. Tonight, the girls and boys soccer teams will celebrate senior night. The Tornadoes are hosting Boca Ciega and the girls game begins at 6 p.m., the boys game will follow, and admission is $4. Track conditioning is underway. Anyone that is interested should turn in their athletic paperwork to Miss Biddle. The season begins on January 22nd. If you have any questions, please see either Coach Denton in C5 or Coach V in C4. Immediately after school today, there will be an informational meeting for anyone interested in running track this year in Coach Denton's room C5. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Kyle. In your school news, there's a student-faculty basketball game on Friday during 7th period for the school's 3.0 celebration.
Fame Academy is running a Fame logo design contest. Turn in a design, black and white, sizes 10 by 8 about the Fame Academy to Mrs. Rabitz or Miss Balcom. Digital art is welcome. For more information, see a Fame Academy teacher. See Mrs. Rabitz for materials in room B4. The due date is Monday, January 22nd.
Grab Bash tickets are on sale from February 5th through 7th. Tickets cost $130.
Pre-order your yearbook for $65 in room B1 or online at www.balfour.com. Now to Chris with This Week in History.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I still have a dream.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
I'm Chris Doon with This Week in History. On January 15, 1967, at the Los Angeles Coliseum, the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the first ever World Championship game of American football. In that historic first game, Green Bay scored 3 touchdowns in the second half to defeat Kansas City 35-10. On January 16, in 1919, the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution prohibiting the manufacture, sale, or transportation of intoxicating liquors for beverage purposes is ratified and becomes the law of the land. The movement for the prohibition of alcohol began in the early 19th century when Americans concerned about the adverse effects of drinking began calling for a total national abstinence. In 1950, on January 17th, 11 men stole more than $2 million from the Brinks Armored Car Depot in Boston, Massachusetts. It was the perfect crime, almost, as the culprits weren't caught until January 1956, just days before the statute of limitations for the theft expired. On this day in 1919, in Paris, France, some of the world's most powerful people met to begin the long, complicated negotiations that would officially mark the end of the First World War. Leaders of the victorious Allied powers, France, Great Britain, the United States, and Italy, would make the most of this crucial decision in Paris over the next 6 months. On January 19th in 1809, poet, author, and literary critic Edgar Allan Poe was born in Boston, Massachusetts. He became known for his direct and incisive criticism, as well as for dark horror stories like The Telltale Heart. Also around this time, Poe began writing mystery stories that would earn him a reputation as the father of the modern detective story. All this information and more can be found on the History Channel's website. Now back to the desk.
If any students or teachers would like to an announcement made on our show, please email Mr. Gordon at gordonw@pcsbe.org. If you're a student, please have your co-sponsor or coach send the email.
Like us on Facebook at Clearwater Digital Media Productions for a look back at some of this year's broadcasts.
Check out the CTN Clear Light running all day for new announcements. Thank you for watching CTN. Have a great tornado day.